So tell us a little bit about what you do. What's your business called?
My name is Andres. Me and my mom and dad have a tamaleria, which is similar to a taqueria, but all we sell is tamales. We have a variety, 5 different flavors that we make. We're originally from New Mexico, so we do a variety of New Mexico chili peppers in them. So it turns out to be a family-run operation, keeping it small and simple. Mom and dad come in and make the tamales in the morning, and I come in and sell them for them.
And have you ever gotten sick of eating too many tamales?
Have I ever gotten sick of eating? You know
Yeah.
what? It's kind of like anything else. Once you do it for so long, you do get a little tired of them. But I have to have at least one tamale a day.
And what is it like to sell foreign food in California?
Well, in California, Mexican food is the staple. So if you want to talk about foreign food, you're probably talking about hamburgers and hot dogs type of stuff. But California's the staple is Mexican food.
Yeah. And are you here from Sacramento?
I was originally born in New Mexico on an Indian reservation. Spaniard, last name Madrid, so a lot of Spanish influence, even in our cooking that we do here. A lot of Spanish influence, but we moved to Sacramento about 35 years ago. So I grew up here in Sacramento.
So you didn't go to school on the reservation?
I started kindergarten and first grade, and then we moved to Denver, Colorado, and went through junior high school there, and then moved here, finished junior high and high school and some college here in Sacramento.
Well, and how big was the change between New Mexico, Colorado, and California?
Well, the education system was what I noticed the biggest change in, because when we moved from Denver to Sacramento, California, I noticed that they were learning things in the higher grades here, like in 12th grade, that I was learning in elementary school in Denver. So it's kind of just a shock that way. I mean, the education system was so much better in Colorado than it was here in California.
And do you miss something from Colorado or New Mexico?
Do we make something from
Do you
them?
miss?
Do I miss? Yeah, you know what I do? I miss specifically from New Mexico, I miss the food. It's a different version of Mexican food. California's got more of a Mexico influence in their Mexican food, whereas New Mexico has more of a Spanish, French influence on their Mexican food. So it has just a little bit different flavor and textures and taste. And as far as Colorado, I just miss the beauty of it. Colorado is probably one of the best states in the union. The Rocky Mountains, can't get any better than that. The aspen trees when they turn colors, just the beauty of Colorado is what I miss the most.
And what's the best thing about Sacramento?
The best thing about Sacramento, besides the tamale factory places, you know what? The people are pretty nice in Sacramento. You'll find that they're pretty friendly. Most people are willing to help out. You know, even just a total stranger, and the people are pretty friendly. Even though they're friendly in New Mexico and they're friendly in Colorado as well, but the people in Sacramento seem to be a little more giving. That's what I like about Sacramento.
And what's the worst of Sacramento?
The worst part about living in Sacramento is the heat. It gets hot, and it is blazing hot today. So it gets pretty hot, but you get used to it, and thank goodness for air conditioning. But
And feel free not to answer, but I mean you've traveled you've been in New Mexico, Colorado, California, all of these different places. So have you find some things that make you particularly happy? Like some things you'd like to keep in your life?
well, for myself, it's always been family. So I surround myself with my family. Obviously, my mom and dad with a business, and I grew up in a family business. So all my whole life, we've owned nothing but our own businesses. We started in the restaurant business. We did a tortilla factory for about 30 years, and then now we're back in the restaurant business, sort of. And it's just surrounding myself with family, and wherever my family's at, I'm pretty happy. So,
Where would you like your business to go?
to be honest, I mean, I like the business, but I just don't have a passion for it. But I want to find something that I'm passionate about, because for once in my life, I'm able to do something for myself, as opposed to always being connected with the family. And my parents are getting up there in their age, so in their mid-70s. So I kind of got this going for them, so that way they can have something to come to every day. Because I think that's the secret to youth. You got to stay busy. You got to keep your mind occupied and working. And that's what I'm doing for them here. Is I'm getting this little tamale shop up and running for them, and then I'm going to find something that I like to do and let them do this kind of whenever they want. They can open when they want, close when they want. If they want to close down for a couple of weeks at a time, that's fine as well. So once I can get that security, then I'll be happy.
Do you have any idea of what this new passion might be?
You know what? To be honest, I don't. And I've been kind of searching myself, trying to figure out what I like to do. And I like to think of myself as a people person. So I think anything in sales, as long as I found a product that I'm willing to think myself as a say people person. So obviously I want to push something that I have faith in. It's a good product, whether it's a good tasting tamale or a water filtration system to give people clean water, and then that's something that I believe in, I can get behind. But just as long as I have a passion for the product, then I know it'll show in my sales.
And is there something like you would hate to do? Something you
That I would
strongly
hate to
like?
do?
Yeah.
You know what? I've done pretty much. With being in business for yourself, you tend to wear a lot of different hats. So one day you'll be a janitor, the next day you'll be a cook, and whatever bookkeeping, you got to keep up on that kind of stuff. So I really don't like to deal with bookkeeping and numbers and stuff like that. So I'm probably wouldn't make a good accountant. That would be, or be stuck in an office somewhere. I don't like to be enclosed. I like to be the freedom of being able to get up and walk outside, or be able to kind of do my own thing.
Mhm. And when you were little, was there something you wanted to do?
Well, believe it or not, I wanted to be a cowboy, but
A
that's when I was,
cowboy?
yeah, I loved it. Growing up on the Indian reservation, there's still a lot of that feel. You get the Native Americans that ride horses, and kids in my school used to ride their horse to school, tied up out front,
Oh, really?
and go to school. And then after school, they just go jump on their horse and ride home. So growing up as a kid, I wanted to be a cowboy. I don't know if there's much money in that, but it's not always about money. It's about being happy. So I'm going to find something that I'm happy with. And I think if you find something that you're passionate and happy doing, the money will come.
Have you ever thought about going back to the reservation?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, just the people, the atmosphere. We do go back at least once a year. We try to anyway. We got relatives that still live there, so we tend to, we like going back and just, getting back into that nature and that part of life. So.
And what's that life like?
Simplicity at its best. They're not caught up in the rat race. They're not trying to keep up with the Kardashians. Everybody's just kind of happy with what they're doing, and just simplicity. You learn to find the simplest things in life. You go out to nature and enjoy a good sunset. How often do people do that in the city? Probably not very often, as much as they should be anyway. And just getting back in touch with nature and lakes and rivers and wildlife and flowers and trees and stuff like that. So I think that's what draws me back to that type of, even Colorado, good place to get back to nature and see nature at its best.
Do you think simplicity has played a huge role in your life?
I'm sorry?
Simplicity has played a huge role in your life?
You know what? It has, in a way that I try not to get caught up in just trying to, like I said, keep up with the Kardashians or keep up with the Joneses, and I try not to get involved in that way. And when you simplify things in life, you find that you'll be happier. I mean, Jay-Z said it best: the more money, the more problems. So no matter how much money you're making in your life, you're always going to have problems, and you just got to learn to put those in their perspective. If it's not life and death, then there's nothing you can really do about it. I can only control what I can touch. That's it.
What would be, like, you said, like, you can only control what's, like, in your vicinity, but if you could change something, like maybe in the state or maybe in the country, what would that thing be?
I think it would just be the process of love and peace, man. Life's too short to be angry and agitated about things, and just live your life like it's like every day's your last, because tomorrow's not guaranteed.